Welcome back to the Baby Podcast. I'm Carolina Sotomayor, your podcast host and Reiki womb healer. Today is episode 106. Are you making these mistakes in your fertility journey? That's right. Are you making these mistakes? And the mistakes that I'm going to be talking about are emotional and spiritual ones. They are not physical ones. I connect you to your spirit babies to help you heal your wombs. And we allow you to have an optimized fertility and pregnancy journey because of the Reiki. So, the first one is you stop your flow of joy. When women are trying to conceive, it's a very consuming process. Trying to figure out what's wrong, why you're not conceiving. Are you pregnant this month? Am I going to conceive this cycle? Peeing on so many strips. Did I test too early? Do I need to lay in it? Do I need to go in Clomid? Do I need to see a fertility specialist? I didn't like that doctor. Do I need to switch? There's so many things that require a lot of your mental capacity. And that can be that can be robbing of your joy. And what I encourage women to do, if you can't find balance of living and trying to conceive and it's all or nothing, then you need to take breaks when you're attempting to conceive. So I always recommend getting a hobby when you're trying to conceive. That's my number one. If everyone says, what's your number one advice? Get a hobby. If you're trying to conceive, get a hobby. If you're pregnant, get a hobby. And that hobby needs to be something you're curious about, something you get bonus points if it's creative, because anytime that you are upset or angry, you're going to go do that hobby. And that's going to help heal your womb and keep it open. And that's what we need when you're trying to conceive. And it's going to restore and it's going to help ground you, all emotionally healing. The next one is you stop dating your partner. I mean, this is assuming that you're conceiving inside of a relationship or a marriage or whatever. Some women conceive solo, and that's okay too. But in that case, you need to make sure you're dating yourself. You need to be nurturing your relationship, and they need to be nurturing your relationship while you're going through this, because it takes a toll on both. And I believe the conversations you have on a date are much different than you have in your home over dinner, or if you're sitting on a couch. Like, what are the logistics of this week? Are you going into the office this week, or are you staying home, or do we need to go to my mom's house on Wednesday night, or are we going to Tommy's for dinner, or do we have a double date on Thursday? The conversations are different when you go on a date. I find it's easier to talk about harder things if something is like, my husband and I have taken a couple of trips this year. We've gone a couple family trips to visit people. And I had conclusions based upon traveling, what I need if we travel again this year. I have new requirements based on my experiences. And it was going to be kind of hard to tell him. And I told him those things on a date over tacos. And it was a really beautiful restaurant, and it was neutral territory. So it was much easier to be like, hey, this is really difficult, but like, I never want to stay in another person's house. I need my own privacy. I sleep better when I'm not disturbed. Beds are typically better in hotels. I have, more privacy, and I have like a break from people, because I think now I'm an introvert versus I was an extrovert. Again, and he's like, oh my God, I feel the same way too. So we find that also, like, our hopes and dreams are fueling better conversations on these dates when we talk about them, versus at home, like, you get distracted by your to-do list. Try it. I promise you, this has never failed any clients of mine that I coach. And they have never, I was like, when's the last time you went on a date with yourself? And when's the last time you went on a date with your partner? It's a game changer. You are not prioritizing your emotional health. I have a client, and she's a nurse, and she's trying to conceive, but she's working 12-hour shifts, 6 days a week. Like, it just seems like she's always working. So she has like one day off. And I don't know, she has like multiple contracts or something like that. And I'm so emotionally drained by the end of the day. But I need to do the Reiki meditations. And also understanding like what your capacity is. Like if you can only do one Reiki meditation a week, then that's all you do. But like also just also knowing that that's enough. Do what you can, but then there's others who are like, no, I am not. It's only physical. Fertility and trying to conceive is all the things. It's mental, emotional, spiritual, physical. But most of the time, the emotional side is overlooked. Your emotions and your emotional safety and your emotional security reside in your womb, which is exactly where your reproductive organs are. It's all intertwined. So if you don't feel emotionally safe, guess what? Your sacral plexus chakra is closed. And guess what? If it's closed, you're not going to get pregnant. So that it is super important to remember that your emotional health is like a huge priority when you're trying to conceive. The next one is you let people take advantage of you, your time, and your energy. Every TikTok live, when I am doing readings or channelings or I'm doing chakra scans, every single time, there is a woman on there that prioritizes herself last and she gives everything away to everyone else. And most of the time, you're rewarded as a woman if you sacrifice all of your energy and time and effort. You're rewarded by society because you put everyone else. Oh my gosh, she's so selfless. Oh my God, she's so selfless. She's amazing. But do you know what that means? You have no more energy to heal with. You have no more energy to connect with your partner with. You have no more energy or stamina to maybe make changes, lifestyle changes in your life that you might need to make. Or to study. Like, what if you need to study something? Maybe you need to learn something fertility. Like maybe you need to learn how to take your temperature or to charts. But if you've given all the best parts of yourself out to everyone else, what are you going to have left for you? So you need to be the priority. You need to be the one. Also, when we're talking about taking advantage, people can come to you and then not give you anything back. So in your hour of need, how many people are lining up at your door? How many people are picking up your phone call? How many people are reciprocating your love and your deep affection, your devotion to them? I can't tell you how many friends I had done that to, where I was like the first one. I was honored that they called me for help. But when I needed, there was nobody there. The friends I have now, they're few and they would drop anything at a drop of a hat. Make sure you're pouring into people who are willing to pour into you. Facts. The last one is you don't share your voice, needs, emotions, or opinion. You have accepted the narrative of that I'm a bad communicator. In fact, is all we need to do is open that womb, make sure that you're worthy of speaking up, because a lot of women are taught that if you're quiet, it causes less conflict. Therefore, your voice is not needed in this conversation and you get rewarded for being quiet. But if you're loud or if you ask for things that causes conflict or it's an inconvenience, that is wrong. You are worthy of speaking up for the things that you want. You're worthy of speaking up, of saying, excuse me, I prefer another doctor. I didn't like the way this appointment went, especially if they're going up and you're Yahoo. So your opinion, your wants, your needs, you are so important, and it's so important for you to voice your needs even to your partner so they can back you when you go to the doctor. It's so important for you to voice what you want in your fertility and your pregnancy journey. This is called self-advocacy. This is critical for your journey. It's not just critical when you give birth or when you're postpartum or when baby is here. Because guess what? You're going to have to speak up for baby. This is practice. This is you learning that now. What are you going to do when you go to the doctor's office and you have your baby? You're not going to stay quiet. I know you're not, because you're going to be the best mom. And you're going to be like, excuse me, this is my baby, and blah, 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 whatever you need to say. You're not going to let anyone mistreat your baby. Don't let anyone mistreat you. Let me say that again. You wouldn't let anyone mistreat your baby? So don't let anyone mistreat you. You're important. Now, if any of this resonates, we need to heal your womb. We need to heal that with Reiki. And I invite you to join the Make a Baby membership. You can try it for 3 days for free on me. If you don't like it, you can cancel, but I'm sure you're going to want to stay because it's a fucking good time. And we have live calls every single month. So if you're interested, head to the show notes. Don't walk, run. And I would love to see you on our next call. Until then, friends, let the Reiki flow. Frustrated being told you are fine by your doctor, exhausted from negative pregnancy tests every month, wanting a deeper connection on your fertility journey with your spirit baby? The Make a Baby membership is exactly what you need. Using Reiki will help you connect to your spirit baby, heal the trapped emotions blocking your fertility, and support you in our life-changing community. With over 90 Reiki babies, we invite you to try the Make a Baby membership for free. Check it out in the show notes. Let's get you pregnant.